virtually zero dust. To blade this road once a week. We're now down to twice a year. Kortech's been great. No problems working with Kortech whatsoever.
Kortech and Clean Harbors are partners in road stabilization and dust control. In this video, we'll show you 3 examples of how our product stabilizes, strengthens, and improves the overall quality and safety of roads and thoroughfares, saving money in the process. This busy construction yard can be a dust bowl in the dry summer months. That's about to change. The first step in the process is to prepare the surface. This grader is blading the yard to a depth of approximately 2 inches. The job's a little tricky because the grader has to maneuver around many piles of building material. After the grader does its job, the water truck takes over. It's vital to pre-wet the surface to ensure maximum penetration of the product. Again, in this case, the goal is to soak the top 2 inches of aggregate. It may look the same, but we are now spraying the calcium chloride brine directly on top of the wet surface. This allows the product to penetrate the ground and mix with the aggregate. Finally, the grader returns to roll the aggregate back and forth until we have a consistent texture packed into the roadway. This application is typical for low to moderately used areas where traffic is slower and carrying lighter loads. From the air, you can see the finished job. The darkened sections have been treated with calcium.
It strengthens the road as far as hardness, and it is a dust suppressant. You get virtually zero dust.
For the owner, it's a pretty sight. The surface is harder and smoother, and trucks traveling in and out of here will kick up virtually no dust. This road in rural central Alberta is heavily traveled by big rigs hauling material and equipment to and from the oil fields.
We use it on our main roads, high traffic. This road in particular we call it the coal trail. It's very high in oil field activity. Big trucks on it constantly, daily. So for that reason alone, put it this way, we used to blade this road once a week. We're now down to twice a year because the calcium has hardened the surface so much. It's a great savings on aggregate too. We were graveling it every year. We now put gravel on approximately once every 3 years.
It takes a pounding and required constant, costly maintenance. This used to be a dusty, bumpy ride until the county started regular calcium treatments. This road is treated twice a year and has a reputation of being one of the best maintained in Alberta. The application process is similar to the construction yard. The grader rips up the road to a depth of about 2 inches. It then lays out the windrows in a uniform fashion until the surface is flat. It takes 2 water tankers to fully soak this section of the road in preparation for the calcium. 10 minutes after the water is applied, the calcium truck driver gets the green light. As you can see, the sprayer on this unit stretches clear across the road. This means a high volume of product is laid down in a short period of time. Once the calcium is sprayed on, the grader packs and seals the aggregate. This is the result. You're watching a full-depth reclamation project in northern Alberta. This is another busy thoroughfare with heavy loads traveling at high speeds. The tanker carries calcium chloride. It's injected and mixed into the aggregate by the trailing reclaimer machine. The surface is then packed and smoothed by more heavy equipment and graders. The depth reclamation job has been going on for 10 years, stabilizing more than 300 kilometers of roadbed. The calcium-treated roadbed is stronger and more stable. Dust is controlled, and so is loose gravel. And that's good news for everyone. Kortech and Clean Harbors, the road solutions specialists serving the oil and gas industry for nearly 20 years.